Welcome to Unveiled Living. My name is Tracee, and this is Heart Talk. Today I wanted to jump on, and really this is spur of the moment. My husband and I were not thinking, let's do a Heart Talk today. It's Sunday afternoon. We just got back home from church, and normally I would be sound asleep taking a nap after leading worship in the morning. But I really wanted to share with you something that the Lord gave me today, and I feel like many of you can possibly relate and maybe even just wonder sometimes. You might actually even question, what is the point of worship? Maybe you haven't gone to church very often in your life. Maybe you're new, you're a new Christian and you're just experiencing what church is, or maybe you have gone to church for many, many years, and maybe your walk with God has gotten a little bit maybe stale, or maybe you're just questioning a couple of things. So I really wanted to talk to you about why do we worship and why is it so important? Number one, that we do it in church, but even more importantly, why we need to be doing it every single day of our lives. And I'll tell you why. Because the power of worship, what we do when we focus on the Lord, and when we focus on songs, singing upward to the Lord, it gets our heart and our minds off of ourselves, and it gets our heart and our minds off of our circumstances. I don't know about you, but when I go through difficult seasons in my life, I find myself doing more internal thinking than I've ever normally do on a regular basis. And in that internal thinking, you start putting on whatever those thoughts are. So if something that you're going through causes worry, what do? You put on the garment of worry. When you start stressing about something, you put on the garment of stress. So whatever it is that you're going through, whether it's health, whether it's work, whether it's whether it's family related, whatever those things bring into our lives, we begin to put them on like a garment. And that's not the garment that we're supposed to be wearing. We're supposed to be wearing the garment of praise, is what the Bible tells us. And the reason why we need to change that and exchange the worry for God's worship and to praise and to lift Him up is because it shifts our perspective. Because when we keep looking at everything through what we're going through and what we're wearing spiritually in a sense, or wearing mentally in a sense, that is the focus of what we see everything through. So if we've got a stressful situation we're going through, then guess what? If we don't learn to focus upwards, then everything we look at is through the lens of stress, is through the lens of worry, is through the lens of anxiety, is through the lens of wondering, if will I ever get through this? Is there a way out of this scenario that I'm in? And you know what? There is, but we have to shift the focus upwards. And that is the key, or one of the keys that worship gives us. It helps us to shift upwards and focus on the Lord. And when we focus on Him, this is one of the things that we get. Psalm 63, 3 and 4. And it says this in the Message. So here I am in the place of worship, eyes open, drinking in your strength and glory. I'm going to stop right there. When you worship the Father, there's an exchange happening. You might feel weak and you might feel not so glorious, but when you worship the Lord, He exchanges that weakness for strength, and He exchanges that defeat for glory. So here I am in the place of worship, eyes open, drinking in your strength and your glory. And then get this, it goes on to say, in your generous love, I am really living at last. My lips brim praises like fountains. You know what a fountain is like? It's constant. It doesn't stop. I mean, it's on 24/7. So our lips need to be brimming with praises like a fountain. I bless you every time I take a breath. That's a lot of breaths. My arms wave like banners of praise to you. So no matter what you might be facing today, let me encourage you to go to worship every single day. Whether you use your own voice and you just sing your own song to the Lord every day, or whether it is you go to your favorite music app and you put on a worship song, let me encourage you to dive into worship and put on God's garment of praise and exchange what you're going through for what He wants to give you, which is strength and glory and generous love. Because He is the one that will help you get out of the situation that you might be walking in right now, but it'll help you to get out of it with glory and praise to Him, and that your focus will be on Him and not the issue, because He's the one that's going to get you through. Until next time.